All right, welcome to another episode of Fit Talk and Motivation. We am the Motivator J Fitness. I am your motivator. I am your personal trainer. Let's get this kicking, man. So look, we took a few days off, man. Look, after that great interview with Alondra, I was gonna put a podcast out last Wednesday, but I just said, it's time to take a break. Give it a break, man. We've been crushing it weekly for the last 4 months, 5 months. And I'm excited about this podcast, man, because we're growing this podcast to new heights. We're doing new things. Um, but you know, I going back and watching that interview on YouTube. Yeah, make sure you go watch the podcast on YouTube now, right? We record now. We feeling a little bit more comfortable. We got us a little background here going on, y'all. So a lot has happened in a week's time, right? Let me just talk about it. So in a week's time, right, I went and made a little bit more investment into the podcast. I wanted to add some. I went and added some new things. I got the light so I can have. Uh, one thing. Let me stop now. One thing I did notice from that interview on the YouTube was things was a little dark, a little fuzzy. You really couldn't. How do I say it? You really. Let me back up a little bit, y'all. You really couldn't. Um. Just know it wasn't to my liking. While I was going through the editing process, um, I was a little dark, and I tried to add visuals to it to make it better, to kind of give it a little bit more pop, but it really didn't go off well. So my wife told me I needed to get a green screen. And when she said that, I kind of realized that myself. I said to myself, I said, in order to really make this thing really work and make it really pop the way it's supposed to, I need to make more of an investment, right? So I did that. I got a nice little light. I got a nice little green screen, and you see, I can promote my brand behind me, man. So anyway, speaking about Alondra, I really appreciate her for taking the interview because she didn't have to. She didn't when you ask people to do things, you don't want to put them in a position where they're uncomfortable. So I tried to be as straightforward and honest as I possibly can, and as transparent as I normally am. Um, so, but look, I wanna now kick off the next segment of the podcast. Just giving a few shout outs, man. One, I want to give a shout out to EPN Nutrition, right? These are the people who sponsor me, people who provide me with the nutrition I need to be able to push through the gym. Like I said, and I talk about it on the podcast. It's not a lot of things that I take a lot, but I stand by the BCAAs. They're essential and they're important. You know, boom, right? And then they have a new supplement that they just released. It's called Immune Greens, right? So it's a version of Super Greens. Nice product. I can't wait to try that. But then I got some more exciting news, right? I was offered the opportunity to wholesale their items, right? So I'm gonna really come to you a little differently now. I'm gonna push some products to you, man, that I think are essential to you and that can help you benefit and push through your workouts. This is one of the products I'm gonna be pushing, man, real hard. They got two flavors, right? Oh, you see that? Look, watermelon candy, and then they got a grape. I made sure I got some grape, and I got this one. This one is bomb, right? Next shout I want to give, and I want to make sure I'm saying this right. Crafty Kitty. I told her I would give her a shout out because guess what she did for your boy, right? She got your boy air fresheners. You see that? You see that logo, baby? I can appreciate that. Boom, right? Boom. Man, make sure you holler at her. Let's get her Instagram though. I want to give her a big shout out. I want to make sure I don't hide. I'm I'm not hiding anything. I want to make sure y'all know who she is. Man, holler at her, man. She did an amazing job. And the funny thing about these joints, man, is it got a little bit of black ice smell to it, especially for us people who like to put car fresheners in their car. Man, if you want one, holler at me, man. You know my Instagram, man. If you listen to this podcast, I'll shoot you one. Support your boy. We always hustling, man. We all we got. We got to support one another. It's not about Black Lives Matter supporting one another. I think at some point we all need to support one another. Anyway, her name is on Instagram. You can follow her at KARFTY FTY underscore KETTA underscore LLC on Instagram, right? Give her a pop, man. Give her a follow, man. Look, she got some unique items, man. She don't just make that. She craft a little bit of everything, man. She personalized items, man. She recreate items. She's a customization company, right? And look, you heard at the end, LLC. So she's about her business. She made an investment in herself. So support your black people, man. Support your folks, man. And then last but not least, man, I want to give my shout out to Gym Rats Fitness, man. Got the nice sweat on, nice blue, 2X. It still hugs. You feel me? It feels good on your boy. And I'm in this period where I'm doing a lot of cardio, so I like to wear hoodies, man. That's important to me. So yeah, another black-owned business. You want to give him a shout out? Let's make sure we get him out the way. We got to support our people, man. That's the only way we gonna grow. We gonna grow, man. Grow, 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 grow. And we're gonna be just as viable as the big timers. You know what I mean? So look, you're gonna follow him at Gym Rat 8831 on Instagram, right? Gym Rat Fitness. He also is a LLC. So you see these guys, man, they about their business, baby. Just like me, they about their business. All right. So recently, man, me and my wife, right? We went on this, not a vegetarian kick, not this vegan kick, none of that. We stopped eating meat as much. We stopped consuming so much meat, right? You gotta think about it in a day. We think we have to rely on these things, especially for me. I think I had to rely on this for strength. I had to rely on this just to maintain. And being transparent, man. How do I say, the first couple of days aren't tough, but they're different because I rely on so much protein to curb my hunger. As far as in my meats, the meats that I eat. So here's the kicker about this no meat thing. We're not vegetarians. We're not vegans. What we're doing is for a certain amount of time in our month, we're cutting out chicken, pork. I mean steak, pork, all sorts of red meat, and we're just focusing on eating fish. Whether it's crab meat, whether it's shrimp, whether it's fish, whether it's tilapia, whatever it is, that's what we're doing. And let me tell you, last night on Instagram, I gave my wife amazing shout out. Man, she is dropping pounds, baby. She has lost some good pounds, man, and you could tell it in a lot of her features, man. And the big thing is, right, you always want to have a comprehension of what you're doing. Because here's the thing about trying new things, right? You take what works, you keep it. If it don't work, you trash it. That's just typical. That's the main way of working it out. So, but anyway, it's gave me an opportunity to try new things, right? But anyway, back to the weight loss thing. What I've noticed, you know, over the last, I want to say 15 days, it's my skin. Oh, flawless. Flawless. Flawless skin, man. I can appreciate the way my skin looks and the way her skin looks, right? I haven't really paid attention for the scale because I'm not doing the diet for the scale. It's all about supporting it, man, motivating my wife to kind of live a, healthier lifestyle. And if this is the way that she wants to do it, I'm gonna follow her along on the progress on her progress, right? And when I say for her, it's amazing. It looks beautiful on her, man, and I'm proud of her. So what I've decided to utilize with this diet is my method is a 10 days off, 4 days on. So essentially, right, the last time I did 10 days and I took 4 days off, because I love a good burger. I like chicken and I like steak. That those are my three kicks. And I love fish, but fish isn't one of those things. That's not a normal go-to for me, right? So like I said, we what I did was, and she got on board with it too, was we would go 10 straight days. No pork, no, I don't eat pork anyway, but for her, if she desire it, she will eat it. But we not eat no pork, no red meat, and no chicken, right? So basically you go Monday to Monday, and then When you get to that Monday, you go Monday to Wednesday. That's your 10 days. And then you allow yourself Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off. And then you kick right back into it. The first 10 days, I would say was different because I was hungry a lot. It was just about my body recognizing that it's trying something new. It's kind of just tricking the metabolism in such a way. But these next 10 days, I think Monday was a hard day for me because I was starving. I can say it now, I was starving. The one thing I decided to incorporate with it was the first 3 days of the 10 days, I would concentrate and focus solely on cardio and core. And the reason I wanted to do that is because when I did the keto diet, I noticed great I noticed incorporating those two and aggressively attacking those two made a big difference when it came to just the results of my physique. Um, just the cutting process, if that makes sense. So, like I said, 10 days off, 4 days on, and I document that on my Facebook page, Fat to Fit Fitness MJ, on Facebook, you know, and I document it. Like I said, Monday was a little tough. Tuesday was even better because I was able, let me tell you something, I was able to focus, man. I had a lot of car work I needed to do to my truck. And why that wasn't successful, I was focused, man. I was struggling out there. And what the funny thing was, I never got frustrated, man. And just taking that extra sodium and the whatever antibiotics and stuff that they put in the meat out of my diet and being strictly just fish and vegetables. And let me tell you, I have been snacking. Don't get me wrong. I love a snack, man. I'm not trying to deprive myself. And like I say, this is not about a diet. This is about a lifestyle. And I preach it all the time, but this no meat is boom. I was talking to a potential client, and not even a client, man, just a buddy that, I'm constantly giving advice to about working out. And he has been doing, no meat for a while. And he said when he started, he said for the last like 30 or 60 days, he's already lost 30 pounds. And like I say, I'm not doing it for the weight because me per se, I'm a good size for me. That it works for me. All right, but so now we're gonna talk about Goldberg. Man, Goldberg is the guy, man. He's an OG from WWE, man. The man been grinding for a while. I was on Facebook a couple days ago, and WWE on their Facebook page kind of did, a progression piece on Goldberg. Not really a piece, but they kind of was documenting his daily routine as far as his working out, his working habits, and just the work he puts in to be able to be as successful as he's been in wrestling. And it inspired me, man. It motivated me, man, because the guy he said, man, while he's not able to work out as aggressively as he was in his younger years, he has found ways to, still get the work in, but kind of be the best he can. And he accredits that to his hard work and dedication. And it got me to thinking about me, man, and this is while I'm doing it. And I said to myself, and this came from my interview with Alondra. I am a fit hustler. I have a fitness business. I have a fitness podcast where I motivate and inspire folks. And I have an Instagram where I do the same thing. But at the same time, I put the work in, man, and I find ways to better me. Like I say, I'm a student of fitness, man. I'm constantly watching videos from OGs, man, who put in the work, who's progressively got better over time. And even in their older years, they're still putting in that work. So watching Goldberg, man, he kind of was, man, getting it. He worked out. He was doing back this day. He was doing shrugs and all this thing. But after that, my man went to the chiropractor. And when I say the work that I'm be honest with you, that is one area that I've really been trying to get into. I wanted to get a reset, and I thought when I was going to get a massage, that's what she was doing. But to come to find out, That is not what was happening. You have to go to a chiropractor and let them pop you in ways that you probably never experienced in your life. And that's what Goldberg was going through. My man was doing all sorts of resets, from knee joints to shoulder joints to chest joints. And in every situation, he was scaring the hell out of me because he was popping the shit out of Goldberg's bones. And Goldberg was hollering out. I mean, at one point, he hit his hamstring and he did something to it. And Goldberg was talking into the mic to the Facebook on their WWE page, and he just excuse me, he just lost it. He just yelled out. But man, like I said, man, the that leads me into some motivation, and each podcast I want to end with some motivation, man. And I preach this and I preach this and I preach this. Everything in life that we do should be about progression. I said this about the 10 days off and the 4 days on. When you try things, man, the objective is, if it works, use it. If it don't, kick it. Don't keep doing some shit that don't have no progression in it. And if it ain't working for you, you need to try something different, man. So the key is, progression, man, whether it's in your fitness, whether it's in your business, whether it's in your life, whether it's in your relationship, whether it's in just being a parent, man, progression is key. And I say this, and the reason I can apply this to me to give to you is because everything I try to do, man, I want to apply progression. I want to be aggressive with it. If it comes to mind and I have a passion for it, I promise you I'm gonna put the work in. So that I have to facilitate that same mentality to you. The goal is to progress in life. When we specifically talking about fitness, I see a lot of folks now they want to really work out, right? They really want to grind. They really want to get better. But make sure you are applying progression. The kicker is, man, sometimes it doesn't seem that in the beginning you're seeing that progression, man. And I was telling people, and I've told a person this multiple times in the last week alone, specifically about weight loss. I think sometimes our mind gets so infatuated. Ooh, we don't want to show the green screen, y'all. But anyway, I think our mind sometimes gets so locked on to the scale and weighing ourselves that we forget that there's other ways to be able to tell if you're progressing in your weight loss. A lot of folks don't get this. I call it the PANS test. And I heard this from another fitness dude. The way that he tells whether he's progressing in his fitness is by putting on his weight belt. He tests it by going up a notch, right? And for the people that don't know what a weight belt is, that is that belt that most fitness dudes use when they're lifting heavy, like if they're doing squats or something like that. But the belt, sometimes if you get the OG belt, it comes with a several holes, like you putting the belt in your pants, and that's how he tries. Well, I'm telling people now, like, if you really want to find out if you're losing weight, try on a pair of pants that you wasn't able to fit. And I promise you, the motivation that you're gonna get from being able to fit a pair of pants that maybe you couldn't fit a couple months ago is gonna outweigh jumping on that scale every 3 or 4 days and being disappointed because you're not really seeing the progress on the scale. Man, look, you have to be able to build people up from the outside in, not the inside out. I mean, not the outside in. From the inside out is what I mean. Excuse me. You got to be able to build yourself up from the inside, because at the end of the day, your heart, your blood, your lungs, everything that is important to your life is on the inside of you. This outside shit, it's not about nothing, man. People pay too much attention to their outer appearance and sometimes lose sight of the things that are important. So make sure you're progressing, make sure you're getting better, and make sure you're focused on you. This is your motivator. This is your personal trainer. And I thank you for listening to this podcast. We're out. Peace.